Gonna get in my car, and drive away, and drive so far, and no one's gonna find me. Put my foot on the gas, and accelerate.
Hey guys, Stalkline Corn here, coming with a video recommendation. I decided to do a video just because it's a lot easier than typing it, and I think also, I think it'd be much more interesting than just reading a wall of text. My recommendation this time is The Wire. I typically try to stick to more unknown TV shows, or at least shows that weren't popular recently. I've done it with Quantum Leap recently. Great show, very popular, but it's been a long time since it's been popular, even though it's still on TV. But I wanted to go with The Wire. I haven't recommended it. I did love the show very much, so why not recommend it, you know? So the show was started by Ed Burns and David Simon. David Simon, he worked on a newspaper. He was a writer for the Baltimore Sun, and he did a lot of research into some books. One of the books was called Homicide: A Year on the Killing Streets, which actually became Homicide: Life on the Street, the TV show, which he did some writing as well. Along the way, he met Ed Burns, who was on the Baltimore Police Department for 20 years. Got to know him, did some research for him, followed him for a year to come up with this show. And what Ed Burns did was he was an undercover cop for 20 years, or for most of the 20 years, and The Wire, meaning to place a listening device, that's basically what he did. He did that, listen for criminals, stuff like that. So that's kind of how the show came about. That's where, the concept came from. He wanted to make a realistic show, which he did. When he created the show after the airing, a lot of news, a lot of police came out saying, how realistic it was with the depiction of crime, trying to solve, crime, fight crime, stuff like that. And he showed the realism behind all the red tape and bureaucracy that is in the police department. Ed Burns ran into it, he says, as well, trying to place wiretaps and stuff like that, and bust criminals, and it's really not as easy as you see on Law and Order, CSI, stuff like that. The more procedural shows where it's just a bunch of cutscenes when they're running blood tests, DNA, whatever. It's much harder in real life, and this show very much shows that. The great thing about this show is that, unlike most shows, it really latches on to a central theme and a story and runs it through the entire show. The show was only on for 5 seasons. A lot of people think that it wasn't on long enough, but watching through the show, it really had run its course in 5 seasons. I think it did a really great job. I think any more than that, maybe it wouldn't have been quite as good a show. Declining quality, stuff like that. So 5 seasons, I think, was enough. It was, like I said, it's a really good show. The main cast is quite large. You're dealing with the same cops, the same criminals, pretty much throughout the entire 5 seasons. The continuity through it is very much like Dexter or Lost, stuff like that, where it's one main storyline that goes through. It doesn't change as much as Lost did, whereas Dexter does, where you have constant ever-changing stories. The Wire pretty much sticks to one thing, and they're trying to do one thing, and they spend 5 seasons doing it. There really isn't a main person If there is, it would be Jimmy McNulty, played by Dominic West. However, he does disappear kind of in the later season a little bit. He plays less of an important role. But with that, you see, the other cops being able to come forward. And it really is just a stellar cast. Andre Royo, he plays a character named Bubbles. And of the entire show, if you sit down and watch it from season 1 through season 5, you really see him transform. You can really see him change. And absolutely, Andre did such a great job with this character, that you really forget that, he's playing a role, he's playing a part. He does such a great job. Bubs, yeah, he gets into trouble. Trouble follows him, it seems. But I won't spoil anything in case if you want to watch this. But his character develops really well through this show. Like I say, there's a lot of characters, a lot of actors through the whole thing, and they're just trying to bust criminals, using wiretaps and stuff like that. It got great critical response, from, most critics and stuff like that. Even better than, what HBO was putting on as their big shows, Sopranos and 6 Feet Under, which was HBO's flagship programs. Everybody was talking about Sopranos. Not many people were talking about The Wire, but the critical response was better for The Wire than it was even for The Sopranos and 6 Feet Under. Which I can see, I did love Sopranos. I haven't seen 6 Feet Under. Please don't kill me. Sopranos is really good, but The Wire really does, beat it in that regard. It was nominated and won plenty of awards. It had nominations for Emmy Awards for Outstanding Writing in a Drama Series. Just some of the ones that won, they were for season 4 and 5. Heritage Awards, the TCA's Heritage Award, WGA's Award for Best Dramatic Series for season 4. They won a lot of critical acclaim. It's a great show. The DVDs are out. You can buy them in single seasons, or you can buy the box set. I would recommend the box set. Season 1 and 2 are going to be skimped. They skimped on some of the special features, which I think is important. When you're buying TV shows, things that were on TV, typically the special features are what's going to sell it. When you are going to go buy, House of Pain or something like that, that show is on all the time. If for you to buy the seasons, to put out money for something that you're typically getting for free or already paying to get on television, you need to put the special features. Season 1 and 2, they really failed to do that. Season 1's got 3 audio commentaries. Season 2's got 2 audio commentaries. But Season 3, 4, and 5, they really stepped up with some documentaries, some interviews, stuff like that. They really put a lot of special features on that. Links are going to be in the comments on Reddit for you to purchase on Amazon. I don't think this is on Netflix. I'll double check. I probably should have checked before I made the video, but I doubt it is. HBO doesn't usually put their stuff on anything but HBO, which is pretty sad, but that's another discussion. So, by all means, pick up this show. I can't recommend this show enough. It's really great. It is not your typical procedural comedy, procedural crime show. It's not going to be Law and Order. It's not going to be Rizzoli and Isles. It's not going to be Franklin and Bash. It's not going to be your CSIs, where everything's solved in like an hour. It literally takes 5. Okay, so the video cut off. I was getting near the end anyway. I wanted to go ahead and tell you that I did look up while this is stopped. You can do streaming on Amazon. They have seasons 1 through 5. Also HBO Go. If you already have HBO, then you get HBO Go free. You can stream all 5 seasons on HBOGo.com. Just look under their series, then you'll see it near the end. They alphabetized it by wire, not deep. But it does have all 5 seasons, so you can find them there. Links to everything will be in comments on Reddit. If you have any questions, any comments, anything, why you like this show, why you disliked it, make a comment on Reddit, not on YouTube. I don't see them very often. So, peace out.
I'm gonna get in my car, and drive away, and drive so far, and no one's gonna find me. Put my foot on the gas, and accelerate.